Time to have a look at some international racing news now, and of course next week, apart from the spotlight being on the Melbourne Cup meeting, the World Racing Spotlight will also be on the Breeders' Cup meeting in America. Of course the highlights are going to be the two mares. Zenyatta going for win number 20 out of start number 20. What a phenomenal performance this great race mare has put up so far. And win, lose or draw next week, she's unlikely to lose any cast. She'll be attempting to win her second Breeders' Cup in a row. Gold Lakova, the French mare, will be also attempting to do what no horse has ever done before, and that's win 3 consecutive Breeders' Cups. The mare, trained by Freddie Head, who will be ridden by Olivia Pellier, will be lining up to attempt to win the Breeders' Cup Turf Mile for mares for the 3rd consecutive year in a row. In other news, of course, former Kentucky Derby winner Mind That Bird is in danger of missing the cut to get a run in the Breeders' Cup Dirt over a mile. Mind That Bird has had 3 starts since joining the stable of champion American trainer D. Wayne Lucas, and he's failed to hit the frame in either of those 3 starts. The stable manager for owner Khalid Abdullah has said that Sir Michael Stout's Arc de Triomphe winner Workforce will go and contest the Breeders' Cup Turf over a mile and a half. Workforce hasn't had a start, of course, since winning the Arc, but apparently has continued to please Sir Michael Stout in his track work, and a decision was made this week to take the horse to America. Ballydoyle's Aidan O'Brien has said that Rip Van Winkle has been retired, so he will not be making the trip across to contest the Breeders' Cup races, and Ballydoyle will also not be taking Capo Blanco or Fame and Glory across to America. So Aidan's going to have probably the least representation he's had at a Breeders' Cup meeting for some considerable period of time. At today's Sha Tin meeting in Hong Kong, Thumbs Up was very impressive, winning the Group 3 race over a mile for trainer Casper Founds and jockey Brett Doyle. It was Thumbs Up's second start for Casper Founds. Of course, the horse was previously trained by Danny Shum. He's always been a pretty good horse, Thumbs Up, and threatened to win a very, very big race. As a matter of fact, I had something on him at one of the international races last year. He's actually probably now ready to fulfil that potential, and his win today was very good. He was given a gun run by Doyle, and he just managed to cut down John Moore and Darren Beedman's runner in the race, Able One, very close to home, and he was getting £5 off Able One, and Able One actually showed today that he's right on target to be competitive at the international meeting as well. There was a couple of other good runs in the race though too. Fellowship went very good. He seems to be right back on track. I remember Zach Purton telling me he thought he should have won last year at the international meeting, and he made up a lot of ground late to finish 4th. And Collection, a horse that's sort of become a bit enigmatic to the Hong Kong punters, he was very good in the race late today. He missed the kick and was well back in the run, and he made up very good ground close home, and he also may be ready to fulfil his potential. The Group 3 sprint over 1,200 metres was taken out by Cerise Cherry for Howard Cheng and trainer Derek Cruz. He landed a humongous plunge, Cerise Cherry. He was back from 10s into 3s, and it takes an enormous amount of money to do that at Hong Kong, particularly at Sha Tin on a Sunday meeting. Whilst on the subject of Derek Cruz, he also trained another winner on the program, Flying Colours, which was ridden by Aussie jockey Ty Anglin. That was Ty's 3rd winner in Hong Kong in just 3 weeks since he arrived there, so his career has got off to a flying start in Hong Kong. Ironically, all 3 winners Ty's ridden since he's been in Hong Kong have been trained by Derek Cruz. Today, Laurie Laxon's Superstar Better Than Ever made it 12 out of 12 when he won the Group 1 Raffles Cup at Kranji in Singapore. He's a very good horse, this son of French deputy. He was never ever going to lose today. He jumped out of the gates from barrier 1, and champion jockey Saimi Jamat had him running 3rd on the fence after about 100 metres. He popped off the fence at the 1200, and from the top of the straight it was just a no race. He raced away to beat his stablemate Waikato pointlessly. I don't know if Laxon's intending to take this horse to Hong Kong, but he could well be the first Singaporean horse to win at a Group 1 level internationally better than ever. He just looks the real deal. Other Hong Kong horses, other Singaporean horses have tried it. I remember Bocelli, who won the Derby and took all before him for Paddy Besutton when I was in Singapore. He went to Hong Kong and he failed, and he then went on to the UK and failed, and Laxon's taken Waikato over to Hong Kong before and he's failed. But I think this horse is the real deal, better than ever, and it'll be very interesting to see if Laurie Laxon takes that step to take him across to Hong Kong for the international meeting. Australian jockey Johnny Power rode a treble at the meeting, all of them trained by former Victorian trainer Cliffy Brown, and Danny Beasley rode a winner for Michael Freedman. And I also noticed that Ronnie Stewart won a race on the program on one of Steve Burridge's horses. If you're considering going to the Hong Kong International meeting this year, can I recommend that you contact Carey Equine Racing Tours? Stephanie Carey is very, very well known in Hong Kong, Singapore and Dubai. And Stephanie was a great help to me last year when I was over at the international meeting, actually getting me into the international sales and getting me to go and have a look through Armand Lee's racing stables, which is very hard to do during the carnival in Hong Kong. Stephanie has actually joined up with young Warrnambool trainer Jared McLean to run a tour out of Melbourne. The tour will take in 6 nights, where you'll stay at the Royal Park Hotel in Sha Tin. The men will get along to the Cathay Pacific Carbine Club luncheon. You'll go to the 2 race meetings in Hong Kong, the International Jockeys Challenge night at Happy Valley on the Wednesday night and the International Race meeting at Sha Tin on the Sunday. The tour will be co-hosted by Nicole Cassidy, the daughter of champion jockey Jim Cassidy, and of course the girlfriend of Zach Purton, who will be joining the tour when you arrive in Hong Kong. I suggest you contact Virginia Patton whilst there's still seats available to go on the tour. Unfortunately, otherwise I'd be joining you. I'll already be in Asia when the tour departs Melbourne, because I'll be in Singapore from the 23rd of November before I travel on to Hong Kong to go to the international race meeting. But for those of you who are looking to have a cracking tour with people who know racing, with people who know the right people in Hong Kong, Carey Equine Racing Tours is the one to go on. Contact Virginia Patton on 03 5562 1122, or you can email Virginia at nationaltravel@eftel.net.au. If you're having any difficulty getting through to them, you can contact us here through the Platinum Racing website and I'll pass the inquiry on. But I can guarantee you Stephanie will give you a great time, look after you immensely well, and show you right around Hong Kong racing as only Stephanie Carey knows it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.